Joining me now is leading geologist and author, Professor Ian Plimer. Professor, let's talk about Donald Trump. What does a second Trump term with a focus on energy security and drill baby drill mean for Australia?
Well, it means the American economy will boom, and if Australia doesn't follow suit, we're going to be lagging behind. We have plenty of gas, we have plenty of coal, we've got plenty of uranium. We just have to wake up to ourselves and use the energy which this country has. Now, America has a huge amount of coal, a huge amount of oil, a huge amount of gas, and they're going to drill and they're going to use it and they're going to knock down inflation. They're going to strengthen the country, and Trump did it before, he'll do it again.
Can Australia adjust its emission targets to remain competitive with America? Is Chris Bowen capable of changing course? He had this to say to The Guardian just a few days ago. He said, report after report, temperature records tumbling, natural disasters increasingly unnatural. That's why we keep going. That's what drives me. It gets me out of bed every day. So perhaps alarmed is the wrong word, disturbed maybe, but not surprised. He sounds like a climate catastrophist, Professor. I don't think he's capable of changing course.
Well, I think he should stay in bed. And when he's in bed, he should read a little bit about the history of the planet. So we've had great cycles of cooling and warming. He should stay in bed, read something about the history of the planet, and then he might learn that he's absolutely and totally on the completely wrong path. Now, if he goes down the net zero path, what we're going to do is to make ourselves totally and absolutely uncompetitive with the US, because our energy costs are just so high that we won't be able to compete. So if he wants to send this country bankrupt, then probably the best thing to do is to stay in bed and go back to sleep and do nothing.
Well, we know he's going to be at COP29, the climate conference there. Let's have a look at the guest list. President Joe Biden, he's not going to be there. Representatives from the European Union, there's quite a few of them skipping the event. But Chris Bowen will be there. We're told Matt Keane will be there. And Taliban will be there. The terrorist organisation, the Taliban, will be there to pontificate about climate change and renewable energy. What can we expect from COP29?
I mean, what a group of misfits. Trump has changed the whole surface of the planet in the way we look at energy. He's changed everything. And this time it'll stick, because the administration after him will inherit a very, very strong US. So I think it's an appalling waste of Australia's money to send people over there. The only concession would be if we give them a one-way ticket.
That I'm all for. I'm happy to do a GoFundMe on that today. Donald Trump has appointed Lee Zeldin to lead the Environmental Protection Agency over there, the EPA. In a statement to the New York Post, Zeldin said, I'm deeply honoured to have been asked by President Trump to serve in his cabinet as EPA administrator. We will restore American energy dominance, revitalise our auto industry to bring back American jobs, and slash the red tape holding back American workers from upward economic mobility. The Trump administration, Ian, is likely to roll back a whole host of green schemes imposed by the Biden administration. We've already seen the share market surge after Trump's emphatic win. It looks like it's going to be a time of economic prosperity in the US.
Well, it certainly does. And their problems in the US are very similar to the ones we have here. We have an army of bureaucrats who are stopping productivity. And this productivity log jams the whole economy. And a lot of that loss of productivity is the red tape, the green tape, the black tape, and also some of the blue tape from the UN. And that stops us being a productive country. Now, the EPA is one of the biggest killers of productivity in this country. We've been going down in productivity in this country. We are using resources and not replacing them because of some of our environmental activists. Trump has realised that. It's about time people in this country realise that there is a balance between the environment and between a vibrant economy. Now, blind Freddie can see that flattening rainforests, killing off all wonderful, good pastoral land, killing off agricultural land to put in solar complexes and wind complexes is not environmental. We are killing Australian animals. We are killing indigenous vegetation. We are wiping out huge amounts of land, which farmers and miners and foresters wouldn't be allowed to do. So there has to be a balance. We have to bring it to the point where we can have jobs, where we can have production, where we can have cheap electricity, and where we are not destroying the environment. And that's what our environmental movement here is doing. We are destroying the environment.
Let's hope sanity prevails. Professor Ian Plimer, thank you for your time this evening.